Hi everybody, this is Janet Wright, and this is an energy healing recap video where I tell you what I did in today's group energy healing, why I use these techniques, and I direct you to some cool walkthrough videos in case you want to use some or all of the same healing techniques on yourself. So today's healing was the third in the set of 3 healings. Because of course the healings are on Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday. So this is the final healing that happened today. And today's theme was, for the biggest part of today's theme was clearing avoidance. Which yay, clearing avoidance. And avoidance is one of those things where it is impossible that you have 0 issues with avoidance, I would think. And by issues, I mean, okay, I should say that a different way. It is impossible that clearing avoidance, in other words, clearing avoidance will help everybody, period. Absolutely. Because in energy work, there's always like this window of what you're open to clear, at a certain time. And if you clear avoidance, it really broadens that window. So you're much more able to process and clear energy, which is huge. It would help you with all aspects of your life: presence, emotional stability, just feeling lighter, productivity, yes, you name it. This healing was gonna be more like shared between clearing guilt and clearing avoidance, but I just realized for the participants, and probably in general too, for these 70 participants, they're a huge range of experience levels, and they're newbies, and whole variety of people. Clearing avoidance was definitely the thing to do before clearing guilt, because clearing avoidance made them more open to clearing more, period. So that's why it's, it kind of won the day to have its, dominant position as the theme for today's healing. But supporting work in this healing there was still more move out of resistance for inner strength work. So in other words, it built upon the Sunday healing. This Tuesday healing built upon the Sunday healing. So so these healings are this time, sometimes that's not so much the case, but this time it very much is the case. Like the Friday healing introduced moonroof healing, which is giant, huge game changer stuff. Clears out a space back here and makes it safer, which is really huge for being present and feeling safe and calm, sleeping better, all sorts of great things. And then Sunday built upon moonroof healing and did more of it, but then added the theme, which was move out of resistance, align your chakras for inner strength. Because inner strength, you need all the chakras to work together. And the most direct way to do that is to clear resistance. Since resistance is the glue that holds energy blocks, in place in all your chakras. And it's your resistance holds the energy blocks in place. So moving out of resistance is you move yourself out of that state of resistance. Because we all have little parts of ourselves that are in a state of resistance. So anyway, that was the Sunday healing, but like the Friday healing, the moving out of resistance, again, is a game changer. So people needed more on that. So today, Tuesday, was again, it began with moving out of resistance work. I mean, redoing gold energy aura buffer zones, and a tricolor soak, which is a very easy 6-minute video, tricolor earth energy soak. Which, if I remember, I will put in the playlist for this set. Haven't done it yet. But then, we redid that process, move out of resistance for inner strength. which is there's a wonderful walkthrough of it that I made for the Sunday healing, because as I said, that was the whole theme of the Sunday healing. Move out of resistance, align your chakras for inner strength. So if you wanted to redo the effects of this Tuesday healing, the first thing to do really would be to, assuming you already know about gold energy aura buffer zones. If you don't, watch that video. So you know about aura repair, and you know about that great self-defense technique of aura buffer zones. And I do have that video already in the playlist for this set, Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. But if you already know that and you kind of get it, then redo the video. It's at April 1st, part 2, the Sunday video called Move Out of Resistance for Inner Strength. Redo that. So that was about a quarter of the healing, because today's healing was 27 minutes long. So finishing up with the moving out of resistance for inner strength work in Tuesday's healing took about 7 minutes to do a tricolor soak and then that work. And the effects of that are really calming. You can even see it in the Sunday video. Well, I can see it in myself in the Sunday videos. There were a few times where I just recentered and I could say something in a much more focused and clear manner. And that's essentially moving out of resistance. If you just pull yourself in and you just clear the blocks and you just kind of get zen, then everything works better. Your mind works better. You say things that are more correct, it's great. So anyway, so that is something that I really saw that people needed more help with. So that's why, again, like the moon roof healing and like the moving out of, like the moon roof healing, it was a twofer. Moving out of resistance for inner strength was Sunday and Tuesday. But anyway, so like I said, that video is already in the playlist. So if you're one of these people who exactly wants to recreate the Tuesday healing, redo that video. The Move Out of Resistance for Inner Strength. It's a 21-minute video. And then I'm going to make a new video for this Tuesday healing, because we cleared avoidance with timeline healing. And timeline healing is a super easy technique, very approachable. Anybody can do it. Kids can do it. Newbies can do it. Advanced people, piece of cake, but powerful piece of cake. So anyway, that was what we did. That was probably the feature of the healing today. Maybe like 50% of maybe even 55% of the sort of the power of the Tuesday healing was clearing avoidance, for the reasons that I've already explained, that it just opens you up to clear more of anything and just helps you be more highly functional in your life. Avoidance is just such a time-wasting thing. I know as a reader, when I used to do phone sessions and I was working with people, on that conscious level, like on the phone, I always had to keep track of what people were open to working on, and it was like, there's usually a window. And with some clients, it's a very wide window, which they were much easier to work with. Some, it was a very narrow window. But again, that relates to avoidance. If you have a lot of avoidance, then you're like, nope, that's not there. Nope, don't want to talk about that. Nope, don't want to talk about that. Don't want to hear that. So I would always have to, I told the truth, but I needed to find a slice of the truth that was, that people were ready for. And that's very custom to each person. But, if you work more using I'm going to call it the part 2 video for today, April 3rd, 2018, if you work more that clear avoidance video, which, super easy to do, then your window will greatly increase, which means that you're more open to the truth about yourself and your life, which will help you, it will probably even open up your intuition too, and your inner wisdom, because having that narrow window that you're only open to certain levels of self-knowledge really limits your abilities, because then it's like you have so much denial about what you're just not ready to deal with. So that's why it was so key for today's healing. And I definitely recommend anybody, if you just do one video from today, the Tuesday healing, it would be the part 2 one that I'm about to make, clear avoidance, using timeline healing. And then after that, we did do some guilt work. But again, like Sunday, there was a big variety of who was ready for what. And the newbies, well, you know, some of them I've worked with for a long time in phone sessions, but maybe they haven't done a lot of triplets. Because the more triplets that you do, the more your spirit is like really up to working on stuff and clearing. So there were some people that maybe are somewhat new to being triplet participants, and they were a little bit, you know, more resistant. They had a smaller, narrow window of what they could handle. And I want to, of course, make this healing very pleasant and productive for the advanced people as well as the more resistant, less experienced people, right? So, so enter stacking and clearing, because stacking and clearing technique is super adjustable like that. So like when I was walking the 70 people on a spirit level telepathically in the healing through the stacking and clearing exercises, I was able to say, okay, you know, if you're kind of overwhelmed, do it for general presence. And again, if you do stacking and clearing for general presence, you're just clearing whatever is currently triggered. So it's like, you know, it's like if you make a sandwich on a countertop and then you just clean up after yourself. You know, you've got to put away the bread afterwards. You got to put away the mayonnaise. You got to put the knife in the dishwasher, you know. You got to clean up, right? Spritz the counter maybe, get rid of the crumbs. So using stacking and clearing technique for general presence is like that. You just clean up after yourself. You just clean up the energy blocks that are already triggered. And so that's important to do in life. And it's important for the newbies / more resistant participants that we do something like that. So then they don't feel weird symptoms. They just feel the positive effects, but no weirdness. But at the same time, even those people, you know, we did it long enough that even those people then were like, oh, okay, now I feel I'm pretty together now. Let's clear a little bit of guilt. So the advanced people cleared a ton of guilt using that last part of the healing, the stacking and clearing technique. They were, you know, guilt clearing machines using stacking and clearing, which is a walkthrough already. I'm sort of burying the lead that this part of the healing, this final part of the healing, clearing guilt and also working on general presence, using stacking and clearing technique is already a video for the Sunday healing, because that's exactly what I did in the Sunday healing. Although on Tuesday today it was much more simple. It was just for 2 things: for general presence and clearing guilt. On Sunday it was, you know, also relax and enjoy and also clearing avoidance, but you know, we didn't have to do it like that because we'd already cleared avoidance in this healing. So it was just guilt and general presence. But you know, if you do that that video again, you know, if you're a real stickler for, you know, or not a stickler, I don't mean to say it in a negative way. I mean, if you weren't a paying participant, then you know, you want to replicate the benefits. And so I would definitely encourage you to again do that video. The Sunday video, it's got the date in the title, so it's April 1st, part 3 video. It says stacking and clearing in the title, and it's 17 minutes long. So go ahead and do that one again. But that's it. So basically, the healing was like over 50% about clearing avoidance, and then maybe 25% more moving out of resistance for inner strength, and then, which is explained in a Sunday video already. And then about 25% clearing guilt and, you know, just general presence, like energy block cleanup, which again is an existing video, already in the playlist because it was for Sunday healing. So that means that as far as new videos, that I'm making today, there is of course this intro video that I'm making right now, that you're watching right now, and then there will be one new one that I'm making today, which is the clear avoidance using timeline healing. Clear avoidance and change your life using timeline healing. And the video will walk you through clearing it from past lives, from your past in this life, from your present, from your future in this life, just whatever you're ready to clear out of all those time periods. What else do I want to say? Oh yeah, I did want to plug 2 other things, maybe 3 things. Because we're pretty much done with the intro information now. So the next triplet set starts in, a week and a half, and starts April 13th, Friday, April 13th, and there are 27 spots left for it. So, I mean, that means it'll sell out for sure, so don't snooze. But it also means that I think some people maybe are mistakenly undervaluing the theme. Because people read the themes and they're like, do I need that one? And they decide a lot by themes sometimes, which I would recommend more like intuition too. Like use your intuition before you look at the themes. Be like, okay, there are 2 in April. Do I need the first one in April? Do I need the second one in April? And just play a game with yourself, even before you look at the title of the themes. Because a lot of times there are related things that you wouldn't expect. Like, this set is a perfect example. The theme said inner strength, guilt, and avoidance, which, it was. But there was this new deal break, just game changer thing about moonroof healing, which, helps intuition, helps you sleep well, helps you feel safe, helps you have positive thoughts, and who knew, the angels just told me that's where you're going to put it. So that's where it was. But anyway, so the next set, the theme, April 13th, the theme says emotions. Something like emotional and sensory enjoyment, which I think people are reading. I think some people get it, but I think other people are like, I don't have time to enjoy my emotions, whatever. Enjoy my senses, yeah, whatever. I'll save that for the summer, And the thing is, but those same people, like if they fill out a survey, like to get an error recording, they always want more emotional stability and fewer ups and downs. And the thing is, basically this is a smart way to get there. If you want more emotional stability, if you want less repressed anger bouts and less fighting in your life and less sadness and less any kind of emotional disturbances, this set would be good for it, because it's specifically not in the title, like, get rid of your repressed anger, get rid of this, get rid of that. No, it's creating positive emotional experiences, creating positive sensory experiences. So, like, enjoy the taste of food more. If you create positive emotions, it's sort of a supportive way to balancing out your emotions and stabilizing them. So anyway, just a heads up on that. And there are other themes out, like all of the May themes are fantastic, but I'll just mention the other April theme. The end of April, April 27th, is for abundance. But it is not to like become a millionaire. So, I've only had one client who was obsessed with, I think she thought she was destined to be a billionaire, actually. I don't think she's going to watch this video though, but if she does, hi. The angels were always like, yeah, we're not seeing that. But anyway, so abundance does have to do with money, but it's much more than abundant than that too. It has to do with money. It has to do with being able to save money and avoid financial dramas and all that. And, but it's also abundance in love, abundance in, like having enough of whatever you would like. But again, it's not so much ego, like say if you consciously think you should be a billionaire, if it's not in your spiritual path, good luck with that. That triplet set will not, it will allow you within the constructs of what is healthy and what you have planned for this lifetime and what your angels are open to. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's not like a get rich quick triplet. Okay, cool. The other thing I wanted to plug is the Metatron recording for April is available, and I never plug those, and I should. I mean, because they're like 25-minute recordings usually, give or take, and they're $15, and I'm literally I'm relaying the words of the Archangel Metatron, as well as in this one also Archangel Ariel. And they're talking about wellness, and it's specific to April 2018. And it's really pretty fascinating, what they say and what they're like, okay, watch for this. And, if you work on this during this month, it'll help you more. So it's in a way future reading, but very short term. So it's still very centering. It's not like predictive, in that sort of fear-based way. And it's advice from archangels. That's really cool. So anyway, so I've plugged it now. You could actually listen to part of the recording. Like the first 5 minutes is free. There's a video of each month that the Metatron recording comes out. There's a free video of the first 5 minutes. So you could watch like some nature photos as you listen to the first 5 minutes in that video. But anyway, you can just go to my website, janetwrightreadings.com, and there's a Metatron menu, and that'll allow you to buy whichever of the month recordings you wanted. And also, there are links to the free samples so you can listen or watch and listen. So I think that's all. Oh, and I will be making one past life reading video today. Back in November, I said, well, if you want me to read a past life of yours in a video, let me know. I'm not asking people if you want that anymore, because I got probably like 50 people responding, posting comments under that video that yes, please, yes, please. So, but I will be making the first of those today. So keep an eye out for that. It'll have past life reading in the title. Okay. So thanks for listening to this intro video. And thanks for allowing me to squeeze in some other notices in the video as well. And if you choose to, like I said, you can continue on and listen to the Clear Avoidance video, which is part 2 for today, April 3rd. And it will be linked at the end of this video. And also, of course, you will go right into it if you are using the playlist for this triplet set. Okay, bye.